Average Black Girl, and welcome to today's vlog. Today we're going to be interviewing Sincerely Ritchurd, which is an up-and-coming dope fashion blog and connector. So if you're into fashion, you want to stay tuned. And stay tuned until the end because you can also submit to be the person of the week. Here we go. Okay, first question, introduce yourself, tell us who you are.
Okay, so we are Sincerely Ritchurd. We are a brand that was born out of pure curiosity and pure love for fashion. And my name is Tayo Adelshafogin. And
I'm Abdullah Conte. Many people know me as Dooley.
And many people know me as Tayo. We both attended the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I majored in electrical engineering.
I majored in business marketing, graduate of class of 2016.
And 2015, myself. So back to Sincerely Ritchurd, we are a brand that loves fashion. We want to connect the minority community with the designers and brands that are able to actually produce the same amount of clothing as far as quality goes, as well as style. We're here to give minorities the ability to actually believe that it doesn't matter who you're wearing or what you're wearing, it's how you're wearing it and how much you do believe in what you're wearing.
Yeah, I mean, Tayo just hit it spot on. Just a little bit of more background information about how we got started. The two of us, we consider ourselves to be very fashionable people. We know how to spot a good outfit. But one day we were just sitting around and we said, hey bro, like, there's a bunch of African Americans out there, there's a bunch of minorities out there, like he said, that are putting out great work and nobody knows about it. So we took it upon ourselves to work on this platform in which we can show the world not only these fashionable minorities, but also provide some fashion tips and, you know, just give you some life and daily motivation on how to get better and succeed. And like he said, the most important thing is being yourself and remaining yourself through it all.
Okay, great. So do you guys have an aha moment? How did you decide, okay, I'm gonna get together and partner and do this thing?
So it was funny because he brought the idea to me.
Okay.
And so he was, I guess, the father of the idea, if you will. And I was pretty adhesive at first. And I wasn't really, I was convinced, but at that point in my life I had a lot going on. So it took a lot of myself to just kind of just say, you know what, I love fashion. I have faith in this. I believe that this is something that can actually be done for our community and give them so much more content, so much more inspiration. There's not a lot of platforms that give young black children or even young black men the highlight reel. There's kind of that stereotype that, all right, you know, most of you all dress in the streetwear and whatnot, but it's more than that. It's more than just a clothing brand. It's more than just a pair of distressed denim. It's bigger than that, and that's kind of the bigger picture that he expressed to me that I fell in love with.
Okay, and so what are your goals or focus for Sincerely Ritchurd this year, and then what are some of your goals for the platform as a whole?
I would say short term and like immediate goals is to put the entire city of Chicago on, all of the designers within the city of Chicago, because there's a strong foundation. Like, man, we've already done work with about 6 to 7 great designers, and they have talked about how they want to work together with other people. So I think that's our immediate goal.
Yeah, we want to establish something that's able to give these designers and also the public a place to actually mingle, communicate, and network without interruption and without negative vibes, if you will. I think a long-term goal for us, as he said, is just to bridge that gap between the community and these designers. There's a huge fashion boom in Chicago that's coming on right now. I mean, it's humongous. Streetwear in this country and across the world is kind of being controlled by Chicago at the moment. It used to be New York, it used to be LA, but it's kind of centered on us, and I think that has a lot to do with music, as well as just pure, unique fashion labels and brands that are being started by African Americans. And so, long term, like you said, is to highlight that and to make it as big as it really is.
Okay. And do you have any success stories so far that you want to highlight?
I think the biggest success story is every interview that we get booked.
Okay.
To be honest with you, because we came into this as just 2 U of I graduates. You know, nobody knew anything about us outside of our friends. They knew we could dress. So for us to put our brand message out there and for people to really just be like, yeah, you know, we're down to work with you, that's the biggest and greatest success story.
Dope. And how can we get in touch with you? If you're a designer watching, how can they get in touch with you? If there's a publication or people want to work with you or send their styles, how do we do that?
So our website is sincerelyritchurd.com. That's SINCERLYRITCHURD.com. And on that site, you can find many different pages, one being the Sincerely Them page, Sincerely You page, and Sincerely Us page. But in particular, you can stay kind of in tune with us by subscribing to our mailing list, which is on our homepage as well. On the site, you will find a blog. You'll also find a About Us page, which is the Sincerely Us page, as well as our Instagram, which is the same title as our website, Sincerely Ritchurd.
In our email, you can email us any content you have. That's sincerelyritchurd@gmail.com.
Okay.
We also want to point out that we are highlighting everyday people on our Sincerely You page, and that's from a man or a woman. We want to make sure that people understand that it's not just us who can dress. That sounded very funny, but it's not just us who knows how to dress. It's not just the designers and the fashion brands know how to dress. It's everyday people. There's somebody right here that's walking that know how to dress, and so we want to make sure that they're seeing that their light has been shined on them as well. So we are taking any kind of submissions for the Sincerely Person of the Week.
Okay.
And that's been going on for about 2 or 3 weeks now. Going very strong.
Okay, great.
So one thing that we really want to express is that we are here to highlight all of the African American and minority designers and brands out there. We've started with about 5 to 7 brands so far after about a month or so of being in production. And we really want to make sure that we are accentuating you all, because this brand is not for us. It's not for money. It's not for any of that. It's to really just connect the community with the designers, with you all. And this message goes out to anyone who's into fashion. If you're a designer, if you're a brand ambassador, if you're a brand owner, we want to speak with you and we want to hear your story, because you never know what your story and what you're doing might do for the next generation, as well as the next up-and-coming trends and fashion labels that may be coming up in the world. So definitely want to hear from you.
And to touch on our ultimate goal, I see us as the complex of fashion. I want us to be that one-stop shop where you not only get your fashion news, you get your fashion tips, you get where you can go shop, and just everything related to fashion. So we'll be there soon.
Just hang tight.
Reiterate the Instagram and Twitter handle.
And I'll have them too in the description box and stuff too.
Perfect.
Okay.
You can catch us on Instagram. That's Sincerely Ritchurd, SINCERLYRITCHURD. And our Twitter is Sincerely Rich, RITCH. You can catch us on YouTube, and that's youtube.com/Sincerely Ritchurd, or just type in Sincerely, Richard.
Yes, sir.
That's where you can find all that.
And that's where you can find all of our interviews and vlogs, as well as style tips, fashion tips, the whole 9 fashion news. So be on the lookout. We are definitely going to be giving y'all some raw and great content. So stay true, stay you, and stay sincere.